Hello, hi, this is a new live Bradford video in August 2016. We're very, very proud, very, very privileged and feel very honoured to be in the company of MP Philip Davies of the Shipley constituency. Hello Philip.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank
You
you.
had a good day?
Yeah, so far so good.
Fantastic. You're always busy, aren't you? Do you get up quite early to deal with your day?
Long days. I'm a night owl. I tend to work late into the night.
Okay, fantastic. So, live Bradford fans, we're just going to ask Philip a few questions, quickly get to know Philip. For those of you who might not know Philip, fantastic person, a very good servant to the Shipley community. We'll also ask some questions about Shipley, as Philip's very keen always to promote his Shipley constituency to the rest of the Bradford district and the public in the wider West Yorkshire and Yorkshire areas. So Philip, tell us a little bit about yourself. Why did you become a career politician?
Well, I'm not sure I am a career politician. I gave up my career to go into politics. I used to work for ASDA for 13 years before I entered Parliament. Before that, my parents were bookmakers and I used to work in their business until my mum sold it. I was very happy working for ASDA, but I decided to try and get into Parliament because nobody ever seemed to say anything that I wanted to be said. And so I thought, rather than complaining about it, I should try and do something about it. And so I sought to get on the approval list of Conservative candidates. And I kept getting through the process and finally got elected to Parliament in 2005.
So clearly, there were politicians that were advocating certain things, claiming certain things, stating certain things, doing certain things that you believed could be done better.
Yeah, I'm a straight-talking Yorkshireman. I like to take up unpopular causes, unfashionable causes, giving a voice to people who often don't hear that voice heard very often in Parliament. For parliamentary democracy to work, everybody's got to feel that somebody's speaking up for them. And I felt that there were lots of people in the country who nobody was really speaking up for in Parliament. And I wanted to try and do something about that.
Yeah, that's a really sort of honourable take on becoming a career politician, and all compliments and praise to you for that, Philip. We're just going to quickly talk about your Shipley constituency. How large is your Shipley constituency, sort of territory-wise?
It's quite big in Bradford terms. It's got about 71,000 people who vote in the constituency. It includes Burley and Wharfdale and Menston over in Wharfdale. And then it includes Baildon and Shipley, Saltaire and Windhill and Rose. And then it also includes Bingley and all the villages around Bingley. So places like Eldwick and Gilstead and Harden and Micklethwaite, Crossflats, Cottingley, Harecroft, Willesden, Cullingworth, Denholm. So it covers quite an area of the Bradford district.
Yeah, and would you say Shipley's quite, in terms of population density, Philip, is it quite sparse compared to, say the Bradford West or the Bradford South wards?
No, I think the Shipley constituency has the highest population of any of the Bradford constituencies. So I think it's 71,000. I think that's higher than any of the other ones, the other four constituencies in the Bradford district. But it covers, but it's got a bit of everything in the constituency. It's got some areas of deprivation. It's got some areas of prosperity. It's got lots of manufacturing industries. It's got lots of shops. It's got a bit of everything. Some rural, some urban. Which is a really good thing for an MP to have that diversity within the constituency. And it's called the Shipley constituency because Shipley happens to be the biggest place within the constituency.
Fantastic, thank you, Philip. And also, Philip, within the Bradford district, do you get to see the other Bradford district MPs either in the Bradford district or in London in the House of Commons? Do you get to see them a lot? Do you work with them a lot? Do you have similarities, common points with them, say policy-wise or just sort of principle, in terms of principles? Who are you most impressed with within the Bradford district in terms of MPs, and who have you worked with during your 2 or 3 terms as MP?
Well, I'm now the longest serving MP in the Bradford district, which makes me feel very old. But I always used to get on very well with Jerry Sutcliffe when he was the MP for Bradford South. He was probably my closest friend in Parliament in my first 10 years and helped me settle into Parliament, and I'm very grateful to him for that. Obviously, Chris Hopkins is probably the closest to me in terms of the geography because he's next door in Keighley, but he's also a Conservative like me, whereas the other three Bradford MPs are all Labour. But all three of them, Imran, Naz and Judith, who all got elected for the first time at the last election, are all great champions for Bradford. I see them about in the house. We always have a chat if we see each other about, and we do work together on things that are in our mutual interest for the good of the Bradford district. Lots of things in politics are not party political. We all want to do our best for the Bradford district and for our areas, and where we have a common cause, we work together. So on things like the National Media Museum, where in the last Parliament I worked very closely with the other Bradford MPs, and in this Parliament I have to try and protect the interests of the National Media Museum. We work together and we have meetings together. But we do support different parties, and so our political standpoints are often very different.
Thank you very much for that, Philip, and really you elaborated there, which is really nice for all our viewers to sort of hear. Talking about Shipley then, I mean, from a commercial perspective, should companies set up here? Should they establish here? Should they invest here?
Yeah, Shipley's a great town. It's got great people. It's got a great community spirit. There's so many things. One of the great things about being a local MP is that you get to see all the things that go on in the local community that otherwise you would never get a chance to see. All the things that people do, volunteering, getting involved in things. And there's a fantastic community spirit in Shipley. We've got a very compact town centre, which I think is a great advantage. Asda provides a massive footfall into Shipley town centre. The number of people that come to Asda and therefore allow people to park and then come and visit the other shops, that's a great bonus as well. And we've got diversity of shops in Shipley. So yeah, Shipley's a great place for people to invest. It's a great place for people to come and do their shopping. And I always say about local shops, if you don't use them, you're going to lose them. So people should come here and use the local shops.
Fantastic. And in terms of Shipley's future, commercially and also otherwise, is it a bright future for Shipley then?
I hope so. I mean, look, it's going to be tough for town centres with the internet and companies like Amazon. It's very, very difficult. We've seen some massive retailers go under in the last few years, whether that's British Home Stores or Woolworths. So it clearly is difficult on the high street for all retailers. And my heritage is as a retailer. Before I was in Parliament, I was a retailer. And so I understand fully how difficult it is and the support that they need with things like business rates and other things like that. So the internet is a very difficult competitor. But I'd like to think that shops have got a lot to offer, the personal service that they can offer to their customers that isn't always possible over the internet. And so, yes, I hope Shipley and Bingley and Baildon and the other towns in my constituency have a bright future. But it's going to take a lot of hard work.
And also, Philip, is it in terms of surgeries that you have? Do you hold surgeries quite often in Shipley? And
yes.
Do you have a good attendance here from the constituents?
Yes, I don't have open surgeries where people can come in, but I do it by appointment. But any of my constituents who want to come and see me, they can come and see me, or I'll go and see them, whichever's easiest for them. But yes, anybody who wants to see me, obviously it's their right to see their local Member of Parliament.
Sure, fine. And finally, Phil, you're a family man, I imagine, with children.
I've got 2 children.
And are they local? Go to local schools, or are they?
Yes, my 2 children, the 2 boys, Oliver and Charlie. They were both born in Bradford at the Bradford Royal Infirmary. They're both with me, season ticket holders at Bradford City. Yes, they're obviously Bradford is their home. It's where they've lived all of their lives.
Fantastic. So clearly, in terms of your future, you sit within the fabric of the Bradford sort of community. You're raising your children obviously quite fantastically. Big supporters of the club. Go to local schools. So it's fantastic, Philip. It's really, really great to get to know you. Very brief video, but thank you so much on behalf of Live Bradford, and I'm sure lots and lots of viewers will appreciate you taking out the time to sort of engage with us today. Thank you so much, Philip.
Thank you.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you.